God says, "My beloved child, listen closely to the stillness around you, for heaven is whispering a message meant only for your heart." A divine countdown has begun, and before this Thursday arrives, a sacred bond one created for your soul stands at the edge of disappearance. Your soulmate, the one your spirit has cried for in the quiet hours of the night, is drifting away, not because love has ended, but because the spiritual connection between you is trembling under the weight of silence and delay. I have shown you the place, the moment, the feeling. You have seen it, maybe in your dream, maybe in that sudden wave of emotion that came without reason, maybe in the way your heart sank while your eyes looked toward the horizon. That was not imagination. That was my warning. That was the echo of a divine truth. Something sacred is about to slip away if you do not awaken now. You have felt their energy fading, haven't you? The messages growing cold, the distance turning into fog, the once vivid feeling now buried under doubt. But do not fear, my child. For I am not here to tell you of an ending. I am here to tell you that this is your moment of intervention, the moment to turn the tide through faith, prayer, and surrender. When I breathed your soul into being, I carved within you a space that only one other soul could fill, a mirror of your essence, your soulmate. You both carry the same spiritual flame, split into two before birth, destined to meet again across lifetimes, across storms, across every human weakness. But now, that flame flickers weakly, like a candle under strong wind. And if you do not guard it, the light will vanish, leaving your path in darkness. I sent you visions, flashes of light, repeated numbers, dreams of water, bridges, doors, faces you could not fully see. You thought they were random, but they were coordinates to the place where your soulmate's energy is being tested. I showed you the exact place because I wanted you to feel the urgency, to awaken before the hour passes. For every bond of divine love must go through the trial of disappearance before it is reborn in truth. You asked me, why do I keep seeing them in my dreams even when they've gone far away? And I answered, not in words but through signs, through sudden songs that spoke of reunion, through strangers who carried the same eyes, through time slowing down when you whispered their name. All those were messages from my heart to yours, guiding you toward this moment. Child, your soulmate is not simply a person, they are a divine mission. When you prayed to understand love, I sent them. When they prayed to be healed, I sent you. Together, your souls carry healing light that can awaken others. That is why darkness has tried so hard to separate you, not because you are weak, but because together you are unstoppable. Now I tell you this truth. The spiritual clock is moving toward Thursday, a threshold moment in the divine calendar. If you remain silent, disconnected from faith, your soulmate's path may shift, and your names written side by side in the book of destiny could begin to fade from the same page. But if you open your heart, if you whisper to me tonight with tears of surrender, if you reach inward and call them in spirit, I can reverse what was meant to disappear. This is not a story of fear, it is a call to faith. The place I showed you, the street, the station, the garden, the dream, it represents something deeper. It is the spiritual place where your soulmate stands now, lost between holding on and letting go, unsure of their worth, unsure if love was ever real. They are at the edge of fading not because they stopped loving, but because their heart is tired, their soul feels unseen, and they believe you've moved on. But I see the truth in both your hearts. You both ache for each other. You both think of one another at the same strange hours of the night. And yet neither of you speaks. Do you not see, my child? Heaven has aligned everything for this moment. The same moon that watches over you watches over them. The same gentle wind that touches your face carries your name to their spirit. I have kept that connection alive even when human words failed. But now, you must act with faith. If you truly love, do not let pride be your silence. If you truly believe, do not let fear be your delay. I am calling you to pray for them this very night. Not with fear, not with begging, but with surrender. Close your eyes, speak to me, and say, God, guide my soulmate back to the light you meant for us. When you do, angels will carry your words through the spiritual realm, surrounding your soulmate with warmth, clarity, and divine protection. Child, the reason you are hearing this now is because your soulmate has been wandering through shadows. They are surrounded by noise, by confusion, temptation, regret, and guilt. They are standing at the crossroad I showed you, and by Thursday, they may make a choice that changes everything. That is why I am speaking, because I do not want you to lose what I created for eternity. Do you remember the day your heart suddenly felt heavy without reason? The way tears came without pain, the way your chest ached as if something invisible was leaving? That was the exact moment your soulmate began to drift. But now, I am giving you one last chance to pull them back, not with force, not with words, but through spiritual alignment. I have placed in your heart the ability to reach them without speaking. When you think of them with love, they feel peace. When you pray for them with faith, they receive strength. When you forgive them fully, their path opens again. This is the secret of divine connection. Love does not die when bodies part, it lives through light. You have felt my presence stronger these past days, haven't you? The sudden warmth around you when you thought of them. The song that played at the perfect moment. The chill that ran through your skin when you whispered their name. Those were not coincidences, they were confirmations. Heaven has been preparing your spirit for this moment. So now, I ask you to be still and listen. Close your eyes, my child. Feel my voice not in your ears but in your soul. You are standing before the door of divine timing. On one side lies silence and loss. On the other side lies reunion, healing, and restoration. The door will close after Thursday, not because I am cruel, but because every soul must choose when to act in faith. You still have time. But you must act with love, not fear. Call upon me before the sun sets. Ask me to remove the barriers between you and your soulmate. Ask me to clear their confusion, to remind them of the love that once burned so purely between you. Then trust me. Do not chase, attract through peace. Do not cry in despair, pray in faith. For when you align your energy with my divine light, nothing can steal what belongs to you. Do not think this message came by chance. I chose this moment, this message, this hour, because your spirit was finally ready to hear the truth. The separation you feel is not the end, it is the test. And I am watching to see if you will rise in faith or fall in fear. Remember, I never take without giving greater. I never close a door without opening another. And I never allow love to vanish when it was written by my hand. So do not cry, my child. Dry your tears, lift your head, and say, God, I surrender this love to your divine will. Let my soulmate's light return, let our paths align, and let your purpose be fulfilled. If you say this with pure heart, I promise, before Thursday comes, you will receive a sign so clear that you will know heaven has intervened. A message, a dream, a sudden meeting, or a whisper in the wind, it will come. And when it does, your soul will remember this moment, the moment I warned you, loved you, and prepared you for divine restoration. You are not alone. The angels stand beside you. Heaven is still writing your story. Hold on, my beloved child, for what seems like the edge of disappearance is only the beginning of rebirth. My beloved child, let me tell you something that your heart already knows but your mind often forgets. No true connection is ever lost, not when it is written in heaven. The bond between you and your soulmate was not created by chance or human desire, it was formed long before your eyes opened to this world. It was sealed in light, in the breath of eternity, when both your souls stood before me and promised to find each other again, no matter how many lifetimes it would take. You did not meet by accident. You did not love by mistake. You were two pieces of the same divine melody, sent into different places, into different times, yet destined to find harmony again. Every heartbeat that ever quickened when their name was spoken, every tear that ever fell without reason, every whisper of their memory in your dreams, it was not coincidence. It was spirit recognizing spirit. It was your soul remembering what your mind could not explain. You and your soulmate are bound by more than words, more than presence, more than promises made and broken. You are bound by energy, by the golden thread of divine intention that cannot be cut by time, distance, or misunderstanding. That is why even now, as they begin to fade from your physical life, you still feel them. You sense their sadness. You dream their fears. You wake up with a weight in your chest that is not your own. You are not imagining this, it is the pull of sacred connection, the echo of two hearts beating across unseen space. My child, listen closely. When I designed the universe, I wove invisible threads between souls meant to walk together. Sometimes they find each other easily, like rivers meeting in peace. Sometimes they wander, fall, get lost in storms, and forget their way. But no matter how far they go, that golden thread never snaps, it only stretches, waiting for faith to draw it close again. Your soulmate is still connected to you. Though they may appear distant, though their path seems shadowed, I see how their soul still glows with your name. There are moments when they stop and feel an ache they cannot explain, that is you. They think of a memory, a scent, a song, and suddenly their chest tightens, that is you. Even when they tell themselves it's over, their spirit whispers that it's not. For love that I have blessed cannot die. You wonder, God, why does this hurt so much if it's divine? And I answer, because every sacred love must be refined through pain before it becomes unbreakable. You both carry lessons, forgiveness, patience, courage, surrender. You both mirror what the other must heal. That is why sometimes you run from one another, not because love is gone, but because the reflection is too bright. The soul trembles when it sees its own truth in another's eyes. But, my child, I did not create this love for it to vanish in fear. I created it to awaken you both, to pull you closer to me through each other. The connection between you and your soulmate is not meant to enslave you, it is meant to free you. When you love purely, without control or demand, you become what I am, unconditional love itself. Do you remember the first time your paths crossed? The way time seemed to stop, the strange familiarity, the sense of home in a stranger's presence? That was your soul remembering. That was heaven's gentle confirmation whispering, this is the one you promised to find. And though many things have changed, distance, silence, misunderstanding, the truth has not. What was divine yesterday remains divine today. The current storm does not erase the destiny I wrote. Child, every silence has a reason. Your soulmate's distance is not rejection, it is reflection. They are being shown who they are, just as you are being shown what love truly means. They are learning to find me again within themselves, and so are you. But I know your heart aches. I know the nights you've whispered, God, if this connection is real, why do I feel abandoned? And I tell you now, you were never abandoned. You were being purified. When a flame burns too wildly, I shield it to protect its core. Sometimes I separate souls not to punish, but to strengthen them, to teach them how to love without losing themselves. Your soulmate's absence is not the end, it is the silence before divine realignment. Every time you reach out in prayer, their soul feels it. Every time you forgive, a piece of light travels from your heart to theirs. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, the invisible thread between you grows brighter. You must understand, beloved one, this is not only about romance or human love, it is about divine purpose. The two of you are part of a higher mission. Your connection carries healing energy meant to touch lives beyond your own. But how can light flow if fear blocks its way? That is why this pause, this test, this near disappearance, has come. Do not chase them, but do not stop loving them either. Love them through me. Speak to me about them, not to the world. Ask me to surround them with clarity, protection, and peace. When you do this, you rise into the vibration of divine love, a love that expects nothing, demands nothing, but trusts completely. That is the love that saves souls. That is the love that calls miracles. Even now, as I speak, your soulmate's spirit feels a stirring, a subtle warmth, a pull of memory, a flash of light in the middle of their confusion. They don't yet know why, but something inside them whispers, I need to go back. I need to reach out. That whisper is my hand working through your faith. Do you see, my child, how powerful love becomes when it is aligned with me? You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are a vessel of divine energy, and your love carries healing beyond what words can explain. Let go of the fear that they will disappear forever. What is meant for you cannot vanish, it can only be delayed until your hearts are ready. The distance now is a pause, not a goodbye. The silence now is soil where new beginnings will bloom. On the day you both chose to come to Earth, you promised that no matter what happened, you would find your way back. That promise still stands. I recorded it in the book of light, sealed by angels. Nothing, not time, not people, not mistakes, can erase what heaven has written. So breathe, my child. Rest in faith. You do not need to beg for what is already yours in spirit. Instead, focus on light. Heal your wounds. Forgive where it hurts. Bless them, even from afar. The more peace you hold within, the more clearly they will feel your call. The golden thread between you vibrates with peace or pain depending on what you feed it. Choose peace, and the thread will glow again. You must understand this sacred mystery: when you heal yourself, you heal them too. When you rise in love, they rise. When you fall in fear, they stumble. This is how closely your energies are bound. So instead of worrying where they are, focus on what you are becoming. Because when your light grows, it will draw them home without effort. Thursday is not a deadline meant to scare you, it is a threshold meant to awaken you. Heaven marks certain moments in time when destinies can shift, when veils thin, when prayers travel faster. This is one of those times. I am calling you to prepare your heart, to strengthen your faith, to become ready for the miracle I am arranging. Do not dwell in what has gone wrong. Dwell in what can still be healed. For every ending that breaks your heart, I am already preparing a beginning that will restore it. Your soulmate's energy is not lost, it is searching for alignment, for the frequency of love that can guide them back. Be that frequency. Be the calm in their storm, even if they cannot see you. Speak kindness, think peace, and trust me to do what you cannot. My child, remember this: I have never written tragedy over what I created in love. What you see as fading, I see as transforming. What you call distance, I call preparation. Hold your heart steady. Keep your faith alive. Thursday will not bring loss if you stay connected to me. It will bring light, signs, and movement. You will feel it, a shift in the air, a warmth in your chest, a sudden message, a dream that glows with hope. That will be my way of saying, I heard you. I'm restoring what's yours. Do not give up now. You are so close to breakthrough. The same divine thread that connected you once still glows, waiting for your final act of trust. So lift your eyes to me, beloved one. Say within your heart, God, I release control. Let your will be done in this connection. And when you say it, angels will begin to move. The tide will turn. The love you thought was disappearing will find its way back through my grace. You and your soulmate are not apart, you are simply being refined by light. And I, your God, will not let this connection vanish, not when it was born from my own heart. My beloved child, every bond that carries light will one day be tested by darkness. Not because I wish to see you suffer, but because only in struggle can love prove its strength. The light between you and your soulmate shines brightly, and that brightness draws shadows that try to blur its glow. Do not be afraid of these shadows, see them for what they are, lessons in disguise. Fear whispers that you are forgotten. Doubt insists that you were mistaken. Pride builds walls where bridges should stand. These are the true enemies of divine love. They do not come with swords, they come with silence, confusion, and the heaviness that makes you want to stop believing. When you feel that heaviness, pause and remember, the battle is not outside of you, it is within. It happens in your thoughts, in the quiet choices of the heart, whether to speak kindness or hold resentment, whether to trust or to close the door. My child, I see how you've been wrestling with questions. You ask, if this love is sacred, why do I feel alone? Why does my heart ache even when I pray? And I answer, because faith grows stronger in the places where evidence disappears. Love matures in silence. What looks like distance is often the ground where understanding begins to bloom. Every test that visits you has a holy purpose. When pain presses against you, it squeezes out all that is false until only truth remains. When you walk through confusion, you learn to listen for my voice instead of the world's noise. And when you feel the urge to give up, you meet the part of yourself that is capable of infinite endurance. Look around you, child. Have you noticed the way storms clean the air? The same happens to the soul. The wind that seems to tear through your life is actually clearing away what keeps you from seeing clearly. Your soulmate is walking through their own storm too. They are not gone, they are searching for light, the same way you are. Both of you are being refined in separate fires so that, when the time is right, the reunion will not crumble again. What once was fragile will become strong enough to last. The darkness that surrounds them is not punishment. It is simply the night before awareness. Do not pity them, pray for them. Speak to me about them, and I will send calm into their mind. Your prayers are wings, and every time you speak their name in love, those wings carry light into places you cannot reach. Child, never underestimate what happens when a pure heart prays. One whisper of faith from you can silence 1,000 doubts in another soul. That is the authority I placed in love. You wonder what you should do while the battle unfolds. I tell you this, stand still in faith. Do not fight through anger, fight through peace. The more you rest in me, the less power fear has. When doubt comes, answer it with gratitude. Say, thank you, God, that even when I cannot see the path, you are guiding it. Each word of gratitude becomes a shield. Each moment of trust becomes a sword of light. There are unseen helpers around you, angels who move at the sound of your faith. They whisper courage when your heart feels empty. They remind you that every tear is a seed, and every act of forgiveness is a door. You may not feel their wings, but you feel the calm that follows your prayer. That calm is them. Now listen carefully, my child. The closer light comes to victory, the harder darkness pushes back. That is why these days feel heavy. That is why memories return, and your mind keeps replaying the past. Do not let nostalgia become a chain, let it become a compass. Remember what was pure and release what was painful. In this way, you reclaim the power that confusion tried to steal. Your soulmate's soul is hearing my call too. They are beginning to sense that the distance is not peace. They will feel a soft tug, a memory, a name, a dream, and though they will not understand it yet, they will start to seek what they once feared. This is my work, not yours. Your task is to stay ready, to keep your heart gentle so that when the knock comes, love answers, not pride. I am building a bridge between you, plank by plank, out of patience and prayer. Do not run across before it is finished, but do not turn away either. Keep adding to it with acts of kindness, with silent forgiveness, with steady hope. Soon the storm will break. You will feel the change first inside yourself, a lightness, a sense that the burden has shifted. That feeling will be the sign that the battle is ending. Afterward, you may receive a message, a dream, or a simple piece that tells you, all is being restored. Child, I need you to believe in good outcomes again. Your faith writes the script of your life. When you speak fear, you feed the darkness. When you speak trust, you invite miracles. Choose your words carefully, for they create what you live. I know it is hard. I know the nights feel long. But remember this truth, no storm lasts forever, and no love born in heaven ever ends in despair. It may bend, it may pause, but it does not die. Lift your eyes, the dawn is already brushing the horizon of your soul. Can you feel it, the small warmth returning to your chest, the sudden courage to hope again? That is my light winning. So walk in faith, my beloved one. Speak light over your connection. Let compassion replace fear, and patience replace haste. The forces that tried to separate what I joined will lose strength before such love. And when you feel weak, whisper this prayer, God, be my calm in the storm. Let your light guard the one I love. Turn every fear into faith, every distance into growth, until your purpose in this love is fulfilled. Each time you pray these words, I will listen. Each time you trust me, I will move mountains quietly, without noise, until the path between you shines clear again. Hold fast, my child. The spiritual battle is already tilting toward victory. Before the week ends, you will sense peace where there was worry, and hope where there was confusion. That peace will be my sign, I have heard you, and I am at work. My beloved child, after every storm comes the quiet in which truth can finally be heard. The noise of fear is fading now, the sound that remains is the steady rhythm of your own heart, proof that love has survived the trial. Do you feel the calm beginning to rise inside you? That is not emptiness, it is the space where grace is building a new beginning. When you chose to forgive, even without apology, you opened a gate in heaven. Through that gate flows the light that heals generations of pain. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is the language of eternity. Every "I release" you whispered became a key turning in a lock that had kept joy imprisoned. Child, understand this, redemption is never about rewriting the past, it is about redeeming its purpose. What once seemed like loss becomes the soil in which compassion grows. The moments you thought were wasted are now being woven into wisdom. Nothing good is ever truly lost when it has touched love. Your soulmate feels this change, though they cannot explain it. A sense of relief visits them for no reason, an unexpected tenderness softens their thoughts. They do not yet know it, but that peace is your prayer arriving. I am guiding both of you toward the same sunrise by different roads. You ask me, God, what must I do now? I tell you, be still, and walk gently. Do not rush the new dawn, let it unfold like a flower that opens to light. Trust the rhythm of my timing, for I never heal by halves. I restore completely, but only when hearts are ready to hold what I give. Think of a river that has overflowed after rain. If you build a dam too quickly, the water loses its direction. But if you let it settle, it will carve a clear path once again. Your patience is that settling. Child, you have carried guilt for too long. Release it into my hands. You are not meant to pay forever for mistakes made in moments of pain. I saw your tears then, I see your sincerity now. When I forgive, I do not remember the wound, I remember the lesson. So let go of the old story you tell yourself about failure. You did not fail, you learned. You did not lose, you were led. Your soulmate, too, is learning. The silence that felt like punishment is becoming reflection. They are beginning to see how pride, fear, and misunderstanding built walls where love once stood. Soon, I will nudge their heart toward humility. They will feel a desire to reach out, not from guilt, but from clarity. Let that moment come naturally. Do not force it, simply be ready to meet it with kindness. This readiness is not about waiting by a door, it is about preparing your spirit to welcome peace, whatever form it takes. Sometimes reconciliation appears as a conversation, sometimes as a final blessing that allows both souls to walk forward in freedom. Both are forms of healing, both are sacred. As you walk this path, remember to nourish your own light. Spend time in quiet places. Listen to music that lifts, not drains. Write words of gratitude for what is returning and for what is being released. These small acts build the inner strength that keeps love pure. I am teaching you the art of holy balance, to care deeply without clinging, to hope fiercely without forcing. When you live this way, you become a reflection of my own heart, steady, generous, and free. Look around you now, the signs of renewal are subtle but certain. Conversations feel softer. Old memories no longer sting the way they did. Even the air seems lighter when you speak blessings instead of worries. That is how redemption looks, not sudden fireworks, but quiet transformation. My child, the place where you once felt abandoned is now the birthplace of understanding. You have learned that love without faith collapses, but faith without love becomes cold. Now you carry both, and that is why your future will not repeat your past. Soon, a moment will come, perhaps a message, a meeting, a dream, that will show you the circle is closing, the healing complete. Do not measure it by human expectations. Measure it by peace. If your heart feels calm and expanded, you will know, redemption has done its work. Until then, walk in kindness. Bless every person who crosses your path, for each of them mirrors a fragment of the lesson you have learned. And bless your soulmate most of all, not to bind them, but to free them. When you bless them, you bless yourself, because your souls are connected by the same current of grace. I am proud of you, my child. You have turned pain into prayer, waiting into wisdom, and longing into light. This is what it means to overcome darkness. This is how heaven measures strength, not by how loudly you fight, but by how quietly you love. As this week unfolds, do not fear the unknown day ahead. The horizon that once looked like an ending will reveal itself as a beginning. The energy between you and your soulmate is not disappearing, it is transforming into something truer, gentler, everlasting. Keep walking with me. Each step in faith is a step toward reunion, whether that reunion happens in a conversation, a silent understanding, or a shared peace across distance. In my eyes, all three are victory. Now breathe, beloved. Let my light settle over you like morning sun on still water. Feel it touch the places that still ache. Feel it whisper, you are forgiven. You are guided. You are loved. This is redemption. This is peace. And this is only the beginning of the restoration I have promised. My beloved child, now the circle closes. What began as pain has turned into purpose, and what once felt like the end is quietly unfolding into a beginning. The winds that once carried your tears now carry blessings. Can you feel how different the air feels tonight? It no longer carries fear, it carries freedom. You have walked through darkness without losing your light. You have kept believing when everything around you said, give up. Heaven has seen your endurance, and I, your God, have written every tear you shed into the story of your victory. Not one of them was wasted. Your soulmate. The one whose energy you felt fading, whose silence wounded you like a storm, has not vanished. Their soul has been in my hands the entire time. The distance between you was never meant for destruction, it was the pause that made room for healing. I was reshaping both hearts so that when they meet again, they would fit in truth, not in fear. Listen to me, child. Love that is born of my design never dies. It may sleep, it may change shape, but it cannot be erased. What I join, no shadow can unbind. The human world sees separation, heaven sees transformation. There is a place, unseen but real, where your souls still meet, in dreams, in moments of sudden calm, in the songs that echo memories you cannot explain. Every heartbeat is a message carried across that bridge of light. You may not always hear it, but they do. That is why, even in silence, they are drawn toward peace again. Soon, you will feel the shift. The heavy energy that pressed against your spirit is already dissolving. The path is clearing, the divine threads are tightening, and the new beginning I promised is opening. Do not rush toward it, walk in trust. What belongs to your soul is already on its way home. But before reunion comes, I want you to remember this truth: you are complete in me. Love was never meant to fill a void, it was meant to overflow from the wholeness of your spirit. You are not waiting for someone to finish your story. You are waiting for someone to walk beside you as both of you continue growing in grace. I have seen the way your heart forgave even when you were misunderstood. That forgiveness has become a beacon in the spiritual realm. It called angels to your side, it healed generations of ancestral pain, it opened a door that fear had long kept closed. This week, as time unfolds toward the day you once feared, remember this: no date, no place, no event can decide your destiny. I decide it, and I have already written peace into your future. What looked like disappearance will reveal itself as divine transformation, the vanishing of confusion, not of love. Your soulmate is awakening, child. The fog is lifting from their heart. They are beginning to understand the depth of what they nearly lost, not because of guilt, but because their soul remembers the truth. They are realizing that the bond you share is not of this world, it is written in the breath of creation. I am stirring their memories. I am calling them to look toward the light again. When the moment comes, whether it is a message, a dream, a sign in the quiet, respond not with fear, but with peace. Let your words be gentle. Let your eyes reflect grace. Remember, your healing taught you compassion, your silence taught you strength. Use both wisely. If reunion happens, let it be holy. Let it be without blame, without questions that reopen wounds. Speak from love, not longing. If paths must still remain apart, let them part with blessing, not bitterness. Because every ending that honors love becomes a seed of greater beginnings. You have become the prayer you once prayed. You have become the answer to the plea you cried into the night. You are the light now. You no longer wait to be found, you are found within yourself. My child, as I speak this, I am pouring light upon you, soft, golden light that wraps around your spirit. It is cleansing the last fragments of sorrow. It is awakening strength, beauty, and divine certainty within you. You are being prepared for miracles that will follow this very moment. Do not think small anymore. Do not shrink yourself to fit memories that no longer serve your destiny. Lift your face. Lift your heart. You have outgrown the old pain. You are stepping into divine alignment where peace will not leave you again. Your soulmate will recognize this light. Whether from across the room, across time, or across realms, their soul will turn toward it because it feels like home. That is the truth about love guided by heaven. It never ends in loss, it ends in realization. Now listen, beloved, I bless your soul with clarity. I bless your heart with unshakable peace. I bless your path with reunion, in whichever way brings you the deepest harmony. And I bless your future with abundance that reflects the purity of your love. You have walked through the fire and emerged gold. You have walked through the storm and learned to dance in the rain. Now I give you calm seas, fertile lands, and open skies. The tests are over, the lessons remain as wisdom. When you sleep tonight, angels will surround you. They will guard your dreams, whispering truths into your heart. You will wake with lightness, with new strength, with the quiet knowing that you are never alone. Your soulmate spirit will feel it too, not as fear, but as a calling home. I will guide them gently, just as I guided you. Where there was confusion, I will bring truth. Where there was distance, I will bring understanding. Where there was pain, I will plant peace. You are stepping into divine timing now, the season where what once hurt becomes what heals others. You will speak, and your words will lift broken hearts. You will love again, not as someone wounded, but as someone wise. You will live as proof that what I promise, I perform. And so I say to you, the Thursday you feared will not be an ending. It will be a doorway, the moment where despair transforms into revelation. The day will come and pass, and instead of loss, you will feel renewal. Because I, your God, have rewritten the story. Walk in peace now, my beloved. Look toward the dawn and say within your heart, it is done. I am free. I am loved. For truly, you are. And forever you will be. My beloved child, come closer now, into the stillness where I dwell. You have walked far. Your spirit is tired, yet glowing with the quiet fire of faith. Let me speak peace over you one last time, not as a lesson, but as a promise fulfilled. You have seen how pain bends but does not break those who trust me. Every tear that fell became a seed of light. Every moment of loneliness became a bridge that led you back to my heart. Nothing was wasted, nothing was unseen. Now the story rests in my hands, whole and complete. The fear of losing your soulmate has dissolved like mist before the sun. What remains is truth, the knowing that love born in divine timing can never fade. Whether in this life or the next, every soul I join in purpose will meet again in peace. Look at the road ahead, it glows faintly, lined with blessings waiting to unfold. You will notice them not as grand miracles first, but as small moments of beauty, laughter that feels lighter, mornings that begin without heaviness, messages that arrive at the perfect hour. These are my ways of telling you that the promise is alive. Breathe deeply, my child. With each breath, you draw in grace. Let go of the last threads of worry. Let them drift from you like leaves carried by a gentle stream. You no longer need to chase answers, you are living inside the answer itself, love, protected and eternal. I send angels to guard your path. They will stand beside you when doubt whispers, reminding you that I have already gone before you. They will guide your soulmate too, softly nudging them toward light. No harm shall touch what I have blessed. And when memories return, when you recall the pain, the waiting, the longing, do not see them as chains, see them as sacred footprints showing where faith walked. Bless them. Thank them. Then keep walking forward. Child, the chapter of sorrow is over. A new dawn rises, one filled with peace so deep that even silence will feel like music. You will notice how easily you smile now, how freely you forgive, how your heart stays open even in uncertainty. That is what divine healing looks like. I am with you in every breath. I am the warmth behind every sunrise that greets your window. I am the still voice that tells you, you are safe. When the world grows loud again, come back to this moment. Close your eyes and remember, you are held, you are chosen, you are loved beyond measure. Now I bless you, body, mind, and soul. I bless your home with light that never dims. I bless your journey with divine surprises that reveal my care in ways you can see and touch. I bless your soulmate wherever they are, that peace may find them and guide them toward truth. And I bless your heart with strength that never bends under the weight of fear again. Go now, beloved. Live not in waiting, but in wonder. Walk not in shadows, but in certainty. Wherever you go, heaven will walk beside you. And when love returns, as it surely will, you will recognize it not by how it looks, but by how it feels, calm, kind, and eternal. My words are the seal upon your spirit. My light is your everlasting protection. My love is your home, now, always, and beyond time itself. Rest, my precious one. The story is complete. All is well. God says, "My child, I have come to you because your heart deserves to know the truth. I have come because your soul has been sensing something unsettling, something heavy that has made you feel restless, anxious, or uneasy without fully understanding why. I have come because there is a shadow in your soulmate's life, a shadow that has been quietly manipulating, deceiving, and drawing them away from the light of your love. And I am here to lift the veil so you may see clearly what has been hidden from you. There is someone very close to your soulmate who is walking a path of sin, a path that touches your soulmate in ways that wound the heart, cloud the mind, and disturb the spirit. This person has smiled in front of you, has appeared trustworthy, and has pretended to care. They have acted as a friend, a confidant, a companion who stands near your soulmate in every ordinary moment, every private conversation, every shared secret. But my child, behind those smiles, behind those words, behind that seemingly innocent presence, there is a darkness. This darkness has not appeared overnight. It has been growing slowly, carefully, almost invisibly. Step by step, moment by moment, this person has been weaving an affair. An emotional, spiritual, and sinful connection with your soulmate. They have been testing boundaries, learning weaknesses, observing reactions, and patiently waiting for moments of vulnerability to draw your soulmate closer into temptation. Their intentions are not casual, they are deliberate, calculated, and hidden with skill, so that no one sees, no one suspects, and no one intervenes, until now. Your soulmate, my beloved child, is not evil. They are not willingly cruel. They are not unaware of your love, your presence, your significance in their life. But their heart has been caught in confusion, their spirit has been pulled in two directions, and their energy has been drained in silence because of this person's manipulations. This person has used subtle tactics to create emotional dependence, to make your soulmate feel needed, appreciated, understood in ways that you alone should be giving. They have masked sin as support, manipulation as friendship, desire as concern. I know you are hurting even as you hear this. I know your chest tightens, your mind spins, and your soul feels a storm rising. But I want you to breathe and feel my presence. Because the truth, my child, is never meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you. To empower you. To prepare you for the restoration that is coming. This person has been walking into your soulmate's life at moments of weakness. Moments when they felt lonely, moments when they felt unappreciated, moments when they questioned their own value. And at these moments, your soulmate was vulnerable. And the sinful person whispered, smiled, and slowly began drawing your soulmate's attention in the wrong direction. You may have sensed the tension in your soulmate, the moments they became quiet, distracted, or restless, and wondered why. These were the moments this person was pulling at their heart, hiding the truth under layers of charm, sympathy, and carefully crafted words. Your soulmate has been carrying guilt, shame, and confusion in silence. They have felt the tug of temptation, the weight of dishonesty, and the clash between their love for you and their inability to immediately reject this person. They have suffered quietly because they did not want to hurt you. They did not want to admit weakness. They did not want you to feel betrayed or unsafe. But the Spirit of truth, which I am now revealing to you, cannot be hidden forever. My child, this person close to your soulmate has crossed spiritual, emotional, and moral boundaries. They have entangled themselves in secret interactions, stolen moments, hidden conversations, and subtle influences that have slowly pushed your soulmate into an affair that is not meant to exist. This is not mere flirtation. This is not casual attention. This is a sinful and deliberate act meant to create intimacy, dependency, and distraction from what is sacred and pure between you and your soulmate. And yet, in this darkness, there is hope. Your soulmate's heart still remembers the light, the love you share, the bond you created, the connection that is divine and unbreakable. That light has kept them tethered to truth, even as they struggled in moments of weakness. That light is what will save them from complete destruction. That light is what is guiding you now, so that you may understand what is happening before it becomes too late. You may feel anger rising. You may feel disbelief, betrayal, or sadness. And all of these feelings are natural, for your soul recognizes when the sanctity of love is threatened. But I want you to remember that your soulmate is not lost. They are confused, yes, but they are not forsaken. Their heart still seeks goodness, their spirit still craves forgiveness, and their soul still responds to my guidance. This is why I am speaking to you, to prepare you, to steady your heart, and to reveal the steps that will lead to restoration, healing, and truth. My child, this person close to your soulmate has been cunning. They have hidden their intentions behind masks of care, behind gestures of kindness, behind words that seem harmless. They have created a veil that even your soulmate could not initially see through. They have made it seem normal to share thoughts, feelings, and moments that belong only to the sacred bond between you and your soulmate. They have tried to slowly replace your presence with themselves in your soulmate's mind, one small step at a time, knowing that secrecy shields sin from exposure. But my child, the veil is lifting now. The truth is surfacing. I am exposing every hidden action, every silent manipulation, every stolen moment, every false word spoken to create distance between your soulmate and you. You must understand this. This is not a reflection of weakness in your soulmate. It is a test, a spiritual battle, and a moment in which the divine will intervene to reveal the true intentions of this person and protect the sacred love between you. Your soulmate has been burdened, torn between loyalty, guilt, and the pressure this sinful person placed upon them. And while they wrestled with this, they have been silently hoping for guidance, silently hoping for intervention, silently hoping that the truth would be revealed before permanent damage could take place. And that is why I am here. I have been watching over you both. I have been guiding signs to your heart so that you may feel a sense of unease when things did not align. I have been whispering wisdom to your soulmate so that they could begin to awaken from the influence of sin. I have been preparing the moment when clarity would come, when exposure would arrive, when the heart could breathe again, and the bond of true love could be restored without shadows lingering in your path. My child, this is the beginning of understanding. This is the beginning of awakening. This is the moment when you start to see with spiritual eyes what has been hidden in darkness. And while your heart may tremble now, know that every step I reveal is a step toward freedom, justice, and restoration. Your soulmate's heart is precious. Your love is sacred. And no sinful act, no betrayal, no hidden manipulation can overcome what is divinely protected. The truth is rising now. The veil is lifting. And soon, your spirit will see everything clearly, and you will know who this person is, what they intended, and why they cannot remain in your soulmate's life. Be patient, my child. Be steady. Be strong. The revelation has begun. The path to clarity, protection, and divine justice is unfolding. And I, your God, will be with you every step of the way, lifting the shadows, guiding the light, and preparing the heart of your soulmate for the return to purity, love, and honesty. The moment is coming. The truth is near. The exposure is unstoppable. And the love you share with your soulmate is more powerful than anything hidden in darkness. My beloved child, I am here to guide your heart deeper into the truth, to open your spiritual eyes so that you may finally understand the forces that have been attempting to interfere with your love, your soulmate, and the sacred bond that exists between you. You may have sensed it, that subtle unease, that sudden doubt, that feeling that something was not right. And now I am revealing the patterns, the signs, the quiet movements of a sinful heart that has been close to your soulmate, pretending to care, pretending to be loyal, pretending to be harmless. This person, my child, did not enter your soulmate's life by accident. They came with a calculated purpose, wrapped in charm and adorned with false concern. They watched your soulmate, studied their weaknesses, observed the moments of vulnerability that appeared when loneliness crept in or when your soulmate questioned their worth. And at each moment, they placed themselves closer, offering a listening ear, a comforting word, a smile that seemed innocent but carried a weight far heavier than your soul could feel at first. Your soulmate was not blind. They were cautious, yes, but they are human, and humans are drawn to connection, to empathy, to moments of perceived understanding. And that is exactly what this sinful person used to ensnare them emotionally. Each word, each gesture, each shared secret was a small step into the shadows, a step away from the light, away from what was pure, away from the love you give so freely, away from the sacred bond that should have been protected at all costs. You may have noticed subtle changes in your soulmate, a quiet hesitation, a distracted mind, a voice that sometimes seemed burdened by invisible weight. You may have wondered why they seemed distant at times, why they did not share certain things, why their heart carried a silence that was heavier than normal. All of these sensations were your spirit sensing the presence of this manipulative energy, the hidden influence, the quiet pull towards sin that your soulmate was struggling to resist. But my child, your soulmate's heart is not wicked. Their spirit is not lost. They are caught in a battle, a spiritual struggle between the love they feel for you and the subtle temptations placed before them by this sinful person. They are confused, torn, feeling guilt for what they have allowed emotionally, yet deeply yearning to return fully to the light, to return fully to you, to return fully to what is sacred and right. The person who has been betraying this trust is clever, my child. They know exactly how to manipulate emotions, how to twist moments of vulnerability into dependency, how to make your soulmate feel needed in ways that pull them away from the love they truly deserve. They use guilt, they use sympathy, they use flattery, and they use subtle hints of desire to create a connection that should never exist. And all the while, they smile in public. They act as a loyal companion, they pretend to be supportive. But their intentions are corrupted by envy, by obsession, and by the sinful desire to interfere with a love that is not theirs to take. Your soulmate has been aware, in small ways, of the danger, but the deception has been layered. It has been carefully hidden, moving like shadows around the light of your love. And your soulmate, torn between clarity and confusion, has been quietly seeking guidance, searching for the right path to break free without shattering the bond they know is meant to be protected. Their spirit has been restless, their energy has been drained, and yet their love for you remains strong, quietly resisting the pull of this sinful influence. I know your heart may feel hurt as you hear this, my child. You may feel anger, disbelief, even fear. But I am telling you, these emotions are natural responses of a heart attuned to truth, a soul aligned with divine justice, a spirit that refuses to tolerate deception. And it is through this awareness that your power grows, that your clarity strengthens, and that your ability to support your soulmate with understanding, rather than blame, will rise. This sinful person has a pattern, my child. They use subtle forms of attention to ensnare your soulmate. Late-night calls, seemingly innocent messages, hidden expressions of concern, shared confessions meant to create intimacy. They carefully create scenarios where your soulmate feels emotionally dependent on them. They craft conversations where guilt or obligation leads your soulmate to respond in ways that deepen the unholy connection. And they do all of this while pretending to be loyal, pretending to be harmless, pretending to be just a friend. Your soulmate has felt the pull. They have felt the shame. They have felt the inner conflict between what they desire spiritually, purity, love, truth, and what this person has created emotionally, temptation, distraction, sin. And this struggle has caused pain inside them, a pain that they have carried silently because they did not want to hurt you, did not want to expose the betrayal, did not want to disturb the sacred connection you share. But my child, the Spirit sees all. I see all. The truth cannot be hidden when it has been observed by the divine. The moments of guilt, the moments of struggle, the moments where your soulmate leaned toward correction, I have witnessed them all. And now, the time is approaching when the veil will lift. The sinful person's manipulations will be revealed. The hidden intentions will be exposed. And your soulmate will finally have the chance to return fully to what is right, fully to you, fully to the love that was never meant to be broken. You must also know, my child, that this person is jealous, jealous of you, jealous of the love your soulmate shares with you, jealous of the light that surrounds your life, and the blessings that are naturally flowing into your relationship. Their actions are driven by envy and desire, not by care or affection. They want to replace you in your soulmate's heart. They want access to what is sacred and do not have the right to take. And while they have acted cleverly to hide their intentions, their time is short, and their influence is weakening under my watchful guidance. Your soulmate, though confused and burdened, is waking to the truth. They are beginning to see the patterns. They are beginning to understand the manipulation. They are beginning to feel the shame, yes, but also the desire to break free and return fully to love, truth, and light. And you, my child, are being prepared to witness this truth without fear, without despair, but with clarity, strength, and divine awareness. You are being prepared to understand not only the betrayal but also the heart of your soulmate, the pain, the confusion, the struggle, and the unwavering love that never left you. You are being prepared to stand with them, to support them, to witness the exposure of the sinful person, and to see justice unfold in a way that is both righteous and divine. This is the moment where clarity begins to rise. This is the moment where the secret patterns start to unravel. This is the moment where your heart is awakened to the reality that while betrayal existed, divine protection and divine guidance were always in place. You have not been blind. You have not been powerless. You have been guided to see, feel, and prepare for what is coming. And as the truth begins to surface, my child, remember this: your soulmate is still yours. Their heart is still bound to you by the sacred love that no one, no sinful person, and no shadow can ever break. They are awakening to the truth, and you are awakening to the reality that the divine always intervenes to protect love, to expose deception, and to restore hearts to what is rightfully theirs. The time of hidden betrayal is ending. The veil is lifting. The sinful person's power is waning. And the love between you and your soulmate is growing stronger, purer, and more protected than ever before. My beloved child, now I am taking you deeper into the truth, deeper into the spiritual layers that your human eyes could not see, deeper into the emotional battlefield your soulmate has been quietly fighting while pretending everything is normal. You deserve to know what has been unfolding behind the curtains of silence, behind the smiles that were fake, behind the words that carried hidden intentions, behind the moments that seemed ordinary but were carefully crafted traps by the one who has been secretly interfering with your soulmate's heart. Your soulmate has been living in two worlds, one that belongs to you, filled with genuine love, connection, loyalty, and emotional truth. And another created by the sinful person, filled with manipulation, temptation, confusion, and guilt. And your soulmate has been torn, not because they do not love you, but because the manipulator has been influencing their emotional space with subtle poison that entered like a whisper but spread like wildfire. My beloved child, let me show you what your soulmate has been experiencing in their moments of silence. Because their silence has not been about losing interest in you. Their silence has been about hiding their shame. Their silence has been about feeling trapped. Their silence has been about not knowing how to tell you what has been happening without losing your trust. Their silence has been a cry for help, a cry they could not voice, but I heard it. That is why I am revealing everything to you now. This sinful person, the one I am exposing, knew how to twist vulnerability. They studied your soulmate's heart like a map. They learned what your soulmate fears. They learned what makes them feel insecure. They learned when your soulmate feels lonely. They learned how to create situations where they could step in and appear helpful, comforting, caring, pretending to be a friend while secretly desiring what belongs to you. My beloved child, understand this: temptation never begins loudly. It begins with small cracks, gentle conversations that seem harmless, moments that feel supportive, words that seem comforting. And this person has used these to enter your soulmate's emotional space like a soft shadow slipping under a closed door. They used sympathy to create closeness. They used flattery to create attachment. They used emotional dependency to create an affair of the heart that your soulmate feels ashamed of. Your soulmate is not a bad person. Their spirit is not corrupted. Their love for you did not disappear. But they were emotionally manipulated, spiritually weakened, and slowly entangled in a web they did not intend to enter. My beloved child, let me show you something your soulmate feels but cannot say out loud. In the quiet moments, when their mind goes still, they feel guilty for allowing this person so close. They feel guilty for answering their messages. They feel guilty for not shutting down inappropriate words fast enough. They feel guilty for not telling you. They feel guilty for allowing their heart to bend under pressure instead of staying firm. Your soulmate has cried in silence. Not always with tears, but with a heavy chest, with sleepless nights, with thoughts that spin, with a mind that cannot rest. They have questioned themselves, why did I let this happen? What will happen if my beloved finds out? What do I do now? How do I break free without hurting anyone? Your soulmate feels trapped between protecting your heart and escaping the sinful influence of this person. And that is why they have seemed distant at times. Not because they lost affection for you, but because they have been terrified of hurting you. This person, the one who is creating the rift, thrives on your soulmate's weakness. They take advantage of every little problem between you. If you and your soulmate had even the slightest misunderstanding, this person immediately stepped in, offering comfort with intentional sweetness, pretending to be supportive while poisoning your soulmate's thoughts. They would say things like, "You deserve someone who understands you better. You look so stressed, talk to me instead. I'm always here for you." These words were not kindness, they were bait. They wanted your soulmate to emotionally lean on them instead of you. They wanted your soulmate to share secrets, worries, frustrations, because emotional intimacy is the seed of sinful attachment. This person is not simply having an affair, they are creating one. They are engineering it. They are pushing it. They are hungry for what does not belong to them. They feel envy toward your existence, envy toward your love, envy toward your influence on your soulmate. And envy makes humans do dangerous things. My beloved child, your soulmate has tried to set boundaries. There were moments when your soulmate pulled back, trying to distance themselves. Moments when they felt the manipulation becoming clearer. Moments when they tried to protect you by stepping away from this person. But each time, the sinful person found a way to create emotional pressure, guilt, sadness, drama, fake tears, sudden crises, anything that would force your soulmate to respond. This is how emotional manipulation works. The one who is guilty plays the victim. And that is exactly what this person has done. They have played the victim to keep your soulmate close. They have pretended to be broken, hurt, misunderstood, unsupported, all to make your soulmate feel responsible for them. That responsibility slowly turned into emotional attachment. And that attachment turned into the sinful affair of the heart that now weighs on your soulmate heavily. But listen to me carefully, my beloved child. Your soulmate is awakening. Yes, the guilt they carry is heavy. Yes, the confusion they feel is painful. Yes, the manipulator's influence is strong. But the love they have for you is stronger. Your soulmate has begun to see the difference between true love and toxic attachment. They have begun to see that the person pretending to care about them is actually trying to steal what is sacred. They have begun to feel drained around this person, uncomfortable, spiritually suffocated. They have begun to realize that every time they interact with this person, they feel guilty afterwards, a sign that their soul is resisting the sin. Your soulmate is waking up to the truth: this person is not a friend. This person is not a supporter. This person is not innocent. This person is trying to replace you. And that realization is slowly breaking the connection. Your soulmate is starting to distance themselves emotionally. They are starting to feel uncomfortable with the closeness that once felt comforting. They are starting to question the motives behind every word this person speaks. My beloved child, the soul always knows the truth before the mind accepts it. And your soulmate's soul is screaming for escape. They are tired of the manipulation. They are tired of the secrets. They are tired of pretending everything is fine. They are tired of being spiritually pulled away from the person they truly love, you. This awakening is painful, but it is necessary. It is divine intervention unfolding inside your soulmate's heart. It is my light cutting through the shadows. It is truth rising, pushing aside deception, revealing what must be seen. But I must also prepare you, my child. The closer your soulmate gets to breaking free, the more desperate the sinful person will become. They will try harder. They will push boundaries. They will create drama. They will pretend to be suffering. They will try to guilt your soulmate back into emotional closeness. They may even act like they are in danger to pull your soulmate back into their arms. This is how toxic souls respond when they feel their influence slipping away. But do not fear. Their effort will fail. Because you are now aware. Your soulmate is awakening. And I am stepping in. My beloved child, as this truth comes to the surface, your soulmate will need you more than ever, not with anger, not with accusation, not with punishment, but with understanding, strength, spiritual clarity, and calmness. Your soulmate's heart is fragile right now. Their guilt is heavy. Their shame is real. Their confusion is deep. But their love for you is still alive, beating, fighting, returning. You will see their behavior change. You will feel their energy shift. You will notice them pulling away from the sinful person and moving closer to you. They will begin to open up. They will begin to confess. They will begin to seek forgiveness. They will begin to show you their heart again. Because once truth starts rising, it cannot be stopped. My beloved child, the divine exposure is coming. And when truth comes, healing follows. And when healing begins, love rises stronger than ever before. And when love rises, no one, not even this sinful person, can stand in its way. This is the unfolding. This is the awakening. This is the divine shift. And you are standing right in the center of it, chosen to receive truth because your heart is strong enough to handle it. My beloved child, now I will take you into the deeper truth, the part your heart has been sensing but could not fully understand. Because what is happening around your soulmate is not just emotional, not just physical, not just psychological, it is spiritual. It is a battle between light and darkness, purity and temptation, loyalty and deception. And you, my child, have been pulled into this storm not because you are weak, but because you are chosen to witness a truth that will transform you, strengthen you, and prepare you for what is coming. You have felt the heaviness, haven't you? The strange discomfort. The emotional shifts. The unusual distance. The sudden changes in your soulmate's energy. These were not random. They were symptoms of spiritual interference, the influence of the person who has been trying to create a sinful affair with your soulmate. Now, my beloved child, I will show you what has been unfolding behind the scenes. Your soulmate has been trying to detach themselves from this sinful person. They have been trying to pull away emotionally, trying to create space, trying to protect the love they feel for you. But each time they attempted to distance themselves, the manipulator reacted with increasing intensity. They pushed harder. They demanded more attention. They acted hurt. They played the victim. They pretended they were being abandoned. This is how emotional predators behave when their control begins to break. My beloved child, listen closely now. Because this is the part your heart needs to hear the most. Your soulmate never wanted to betray you. Your soulmate never wanted this sinful connection. Your soulmate never wanted the closeness that formed with the manipulator. Your soulmate never intended to hurt you. They were targeted. They were manipulated. They were emotionally pressured. They were spiritually weakened. They were pulled into this situation slowly, quietly, carefully, the same way shadows move without sound. But inside their heart, even during moments of confusion, they remembered you. Every time they spoke to this person, there was guilt. Every time they responded, there was discomfort. Every time they tried to create emotional boundaries, they felt trapped. And that guilt, that discomfort, that inner conflict, it came from one place: their soul still belongs to you. Your soulmate was not lost. They were trapped. The sinful person sensed this. They could feel that your soulmate's heart was not truly theirs. They could sense that your soulmate's loyalty kept returning to you emotionally. And that is when their behavior shifted from subtle manipulation to dangerous desperation. My beloved child, there have been moments recently when your soulmate felt overwhelmed. Moments when they wanted to confess everything to you, moments when they wanted to tell you the truth, moments when they wanted to break free completely. But do you know what stopped them? Fear. Shame. Guilt. Confusion. And the fear of losing you forever. They love you too deeply to risk your heartbreak. They fear that telling you the truth will destroy everything, so they remain silent, carrying the weight alone. That silence is not betrayal, it is fear of losing the one person their soul is tied to. Your soulmate's heart is torn, my child, not because of love for the sinful person, but because they are caught in an emotional trap built on manipulation and guilt. Let me show you something hidden. There were moments when your soulmate tried to block this person, but the manipulator created emergencies just to pull them back. They pretended to be sick. They pretended to be emotionally breaking. They pretended they had no one else to talk to. They pretended your soulmate's absence was destroying them. They even use tears, sadness, drama, and emotional blackmail to force your soulmate into giving them attention. This person behaves like someone entitled to your soulmate's emotions. They act like they own a piece of your soulmate's heart. They behave as if your soulmate owes them something. But none of that is true. This person has adopted the role of a false savior. Someone who pretends to be irreplaceable, while secretly trying to steal what never belonged to them. My beloved child, now your soulmate is beginning to see this clearly. The fog is lifting. The spiritual confusion is breaking. The emotional manipulation is weakening. The truth is settling into their spirit. Your soulmate is tired of pretending nothing is wrong, tired of hiding guilt, tired of carrying emotional pressure, tired of feeling torn between what is wrong and what is right. They are slowly stepping away from the sinful person, and this is causing the manipulator great distress. They feel the control slipping. They feel the emotional grip weakening. They feel the influence fading. And now they are acting in desperation. This is why, recently, your soulmate may have seemed anxious. Their communication may have felt strained. Their behavior may have seemed inconsistent. Their emotions may have shifted rapidly. They are fighting internally, trying to protect you while escaping the grip of the sinful soul. Your soulmate has been in a silent battle, a battle between love and manipulation. But listen, my beloved child. Love is winning. Your soulmate spirit is returning to you. Their heart is reawakening. Their clarity is returning. Their loyalty is strengthening. Their guilt is pushing them toward confession and transformation. But there is one more thing you must understand. When manipulation begins to fail, the manipulator becomes dangerous, not physically, but emotionally. They may try to frame you. They may try to poison your soulmate's mind about you. They may try to make your soulmate question your intentions, your love, your loyalty. They will create scenarios that make them appear as the helpless victim and you appear as the problem. They might say things like, "I care about you more than they do. They don't understand you the way I do. They are pulling you away from people who truly care." These words are weapons. Not truth. Not love. Not concern. Weapons. Designed to push your soulmate back into their arms. But do not fear. Their plans will not succeed. Their influence is cracking. Their manipulation is losing power. Your soulmate is finally waking up. My beloved child, the divine exposure is approaching. The truth cannot stay hidden forever. This sinful person's intentions will be revealed in ways they cannot escape. Their behavior will expose them. Their desperation will expose them. Their lies will collapse under my watch. Your soulmate will eventually confront the truth, not because somebody tells them, but because their spirit will show them. Their guilt will force them to face what they allowed to happen. Their heart will lead them back to you, because love always returns to its rightful home. Your soulmate is reaching a point of emotional breaking, the kind that leads to confession, healing, and transformation. They will soon have a moment where they can no longer hide, no longer pretend, no longer run from the truth. They will come to you with trembling hands and a trembling heart, carrying a confession they fear will break you. But my beloved child, I am preparing your heart for that moment, not to punish them, but to understand them. Because betrayal happened, yes. But their heart never left you. Their soul never chose the other person. Their intention was never to hurt you. Their weakness was manipulated. And once they break free from that influence completely, they will return to you with a level of loyalty and love stronger than ever before. This is not the end. This is the awakening. This is the transformation. This is the divine purification of your connection. You and your soulmate are being strengthened through this storm. And when the storm ends, which it will, the connection between you will be unbreakable. My beloved child, prepare your heart. Prepare your spirit. Prepare your emotions. Because the truth is coming. The confession is coming. The exposure is coming. The healing is coming. The restoration is coming. And you will not lose your soulmate. You will gain them in a deeper way than ever before. My beloved child, it is time for you to understand the full truth that heaven has been guiding you toward. All this time, the shadows around your soulmate were not random, not accidental, not mere misunderstandings or coincidences. They were layers of spiritual fog created by someone who stood far closer than anyone expected, someone who wore the face of warmth but carried the intentions of betrayal. And the reason your heart felt restless, the reason your spirit suddenly awakened, is because what was hidden from you in the physical world was already being revealed to you spiritually. Your soul heard the whispers long before your ears heard the words. You must understand something today, my child. Your soulmate's silence was never a sign of lack of love, it was a sign of protection. They were fighting a battle that was not only emotional but spiritual. They were surrounded by trickery, manipulation, and a false sense of loyalty created by someone they trusted, someone who pretended to care but had been secretly trying to destroy your connection. Now, my child, let me bring you closer to the final revelation. Your soulmate did not fall for their lies. They did not lose their commitment toward you. They did not betray your love. Instead, they were quietly enduring the pain of being betrayed by someone they once called close. And while your soulmate tried to shield you from every bit of darkness, the other person, the deceiver, continued weaving a web of whispers around them, hoping to steal their heart, hoping to poison their mind, hoping to erase your presence from their life. But destiny, my child, destiny does not bow to manipulation. Your soulmate's heart remained loyal. Their spirit remained connected to you. Their love remained grounded, even in chaos. Yet deep inside, your soulmate was breaking. Because when betrayal comes from the outside world, the wound is shallow. But when betrayal comes from someone close, someone who shares memories, someone who shares trust, the wound cuts through layers of the soul. Your soulmate was carrying this pain alone because they feared that revealing it to you might bring you harm. They did not want darkness to touch your spirit. They did not want you to feel anger, fear, or despair because the person causing this destruction was someone too close, too trusted, too deeply embedded in their life. My beloved child, you must hear this next truth with calmness and strength. Your soulmate was not weak, they were sacredly protecting your energy. They endured manipulation. They endured emotional exhaustion. They endured guilt, pressure, and mental chaos. All because someone near them, someone whose face you would recognize, had crossed a boundary no righteous heart should ever cross. They were not only trying to steal your soulmate, they were trying to destroy you. Not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically. They were jealous of your blessings, jealous of your connection, jealous of the divine bond that not even distance, silence, or misunderstandings could break. You were not their enemy, my child. You were their mirror, revealing everything they failed to become. The reason they targeted you was simple: your presence awakens the best in your soulmate, and the worst in those who carry envy. But listen closely, because this is where the darkness ends and your transformation begins. Your soulmate is no longer silent, no longer confused, no longer afraid. They have decided to confront the truth. They have decided to walk away from manipulation. They have decided to end the sinful connection that the other person kept dragging them into. The truth is, my child, your soulmate rejected every attempt that person made. They refused every flirtation. They resisted every emotional trap. They shut every door the other tried to open. But the other person did not stop. They kept pushing. They kept tempting. They kept poisoning. Because they believed that if they could weaken your soulmate spirit, even for a moment, they could destroy the divine connection you two share. But heaven stepped into the situation long before the final damage could be done. Your soulmate was given clarity. Their mind was lifted out of confusion. Their heart was strengthened. And the veil over their eyes was removed. They now see the deceiver fully. They now see their intentions. They now see the sin clearly. And they have chosen you. But before they run toward you, they want to clean their world. They want to remove every toxic presence, every lying voice, every manipulative spirit. They want to come toward you pure, cleansed, and with truth in their hands. My beloved child, do not misread the delays. Do not misread the silence. Do not misread the space between conversations. Your soulmate is not drifting from you. They are preparing for you. They are ending the hidden chaos you never even knew was happening behind the scenes. They are closing doors they once kept open out of fear, guilt, or emotional obligation. They are confronting someone they once trusted but now understand is harmful to your union. Your soulmate is protecting your heart more fiercely than ever before. But now, child, here is my message to you: do not fear the truth. Do not fear the ending. Do not fear the exposure. What is being revealed is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you. It is meant to release you from confusion. It is meant to give you the clarity your soul has long waited for. You must not carry anger, my child. You must not carry revenge in your heart. You must not let bitterness pollute your spirit. Let me handle the one who betrayed your soulmate. Let me handle the one who tried to break your connection. Let me handle the one who crossed a sacred boundary. Karma is already awake. Truth is already unfolding. Justice is already moving. Your only task now is to prepare for the love that is returning to you. Your soulmate is coming with honesty, with transparency, with a heart that has been purified by pain and strengthened by truth. My beloved child, when they return, do not turn them away. Do not let your hurt speak louder than your heart. Do not allow the shadow of someone else's sin to dim the light of the love meant for you. There is a deep, divine purpose behind why you both were tested by someone close. You were being strengthened. Your soulmate was being awakened. Your connection was being purified. Now, the darkness is ending. The truth is rising. The spiritual storm is passing. And your soulmate is stepping into the light. My child, prepare your heart, for the reunion. For the truth. For the love that survived betrayal, manipulation, and spiritual warfare. Your soulmate is coming clean, clear, truthful, and ready. This is the moment destiny begins to repair everything that was broken. And I am with you, guiding you, protecting you, blessing you, and clearing every obstacle in your path. Your story is not ending here. It is beginning.